So in this video, I want to give a quick update on my adventure, my journey to take my YouTube channel as a complete noob YouTuber from pretty much zero to the first 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And I'm currently sitting at the time of this video at around 54 subscribers, which is pretty much the same, I think, as like my last update in this series. But that's completely fine. Like I haven't picked up a whole bunch of subscribers since then, and that's totally okay. Now in this episode, I actually want to kind of share about something else that I'm doing alongside my YouTube to grow my personal brand, which is building a podcast. So that's where I want to kind of highlight some things there, because YouTube is great. Like I've said on the show, like doing YouTube is a great thing. I think we should all be on YouTube. At least the people listening to this, I think you can gain a lot from being on YouTube. Whether you are in business or you are in sales, growing a product business or a service-based business, or doing some kind of consulting, all kinds of things that you're doing, or maybe you're even still in school, right? But you're trying to learn about business. Like I've said in the past, building a personal brand is, in my view, the easiest and the fastest route for anybody that's completely new to business to really get in and start seeing some business success. Because some things, like some of the stuff that we talk about, like cold calling and all this kind of jazz, that stuff ain't exactly easy. It might be easy for Jordan Belfort or Grant Cardone or Ryan Seahant or some of these guys that you see online that are killing it, but they've literally been doing that stuff for like 20, 30 years, right? So it's kind of easy for them to pick up the phone and actually get money out of that. For a complete beginner, like I was when I began in the game of business uh, around a decade ago, like for a complete beginner like that, doing that can be a little bit damaging, because you might crash and fail so badly that it turns you off business altogether, and then you go crawling back to the corporate office and say, and you beg for your job back, and you never do another business again in life. So building your personal brand is pretty much the best way to do it, because you're not having to cold call anyone. You just go post some videos on YouTube. Like that's easy. There's no rejection. There's nobody cussing you out on the phone like, hey, you're wasting my time. It's not like door knocking. Nobody's slamming the doors in your face, right? Um, you can just pretty much sit at home behind the computer and put out some videos. Uh, Hopefully, you show your face on the videos. But you don't even have to. Like, you can even make a video with just a still image on the thing and just your voice on the, and as you wake up your confidence, then you can show your face like I'm doing right here. Like, then that's not so far off from just having not even your face on there. So being able to do YouTube is just and building a personal brand is just so easy compared to the other ways that you could grow a business. Now the other alternative to that also is actually just doing a podcast, and so a podcast is really just voice, right? Just like for me, my videos actually go to my podcast as well. Like I actually just take the audio from that, and that's my podcast. And a podcast is great because again, you're not showing your face, you're not having to cold call anybody, right? People that are interested will listen in, and you can actually grow a following. And so that's what I just kind of wanted to share is my podcast. For the longest time and to this day, my podcast seems to have um, a smaller kind of following in comparison to my YouTube channel, and that's completely okay. But a trend I've noticed over like the last 30 or 40 days is that my podcast seems to be growing all of a sudden almost exponentially faster than my YouTube channel, which was a big surprise. Now, in terms of all-time views, it's still kind of like where my YouTube channel is like 11K views. My podcast is still at kind of like the 3K all-time views, but that number is going up incredibly rapidly. And where one of my videos might get like maybe 10 views or something like that, or 10 or 20 views, um, some of my podcasts will literally get like a couple hundred or over 100 views. So it's literally like 5, 10, or 20 times as many people, or as many views, as many listens as I might be getting on views on my YouTube channel. And so that's a really good thing to think about if you're trying to grow your own YouTube channel as well from scratch. Is you might really be surprised that you might actually get an audience on podcast as well, just as big, just as eager to get into your stuff as you might on YouTube. In fact, like I mentioned, my podcast is growing so fast right now that I'm kind of playing this game where I'm just kind of wondering at what date does my podcast overtake my YouTube channel in all-time views. And probably when that happens, it's gonna be really hard for my YouTube channel to ever catch up again. So I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to be wondering again, how do I, once that happens, I'm gonna have to be wondering again, boy, how do I get my YouTube channel now to catch up with my podcast? Because the podcast is running away with this with this game. So that's my update, and if you need some resources to help you grow your own YouTube channel, you can check out my free resources. Links will be in the description.